I'm going to show you how to make money with ChatGPT and Pinterest in this tutorial. More importantly, I'm going to show you how to make money with ChatGPT without actually selling anything or creating something yourself. I'm going to give you all of the templates and everything you need to actually feed ChatGPT so we can train ChatGPT to do exactly what we want. So it's much easier for us to replicate this process over and over again. Now, this strategy will work worldwide. It doesn't matter if you're over here, if you're over here, if you're down here, if you're up here, if you're over here, even if you're over here. We can make money with this strategy. And I'm going to show you how to do this step by step, and we're not going to miss out any steps. So let's get into this free tutorial, and I'll show you how to make money online with ChatGPT and Pinterest. All right, guys, we're not going to beat around the bush with this one. We're going to jump straight into this and show you how this works. And I also have some examples for you. So we're going to be using ChatGPT for this, so make sure you actually have that up. You can use other ones as well, just as long as they can do what I'm actually about to show you. So let's get started, and I've actually got everything ready for you so you don't need to actually start from scratch. All right, so on the screen right here, what I've done is I've gone and created some stuff that we can feed ChatGPT to give us a bit of a head start. Now, these are the two top niches that we're going to be using for this particular method. And the reason why I've gone and chosen these methods is because I've been working online for many years, and I know that these are the two of the top niches that make a lot of money online. We could go through and ask ChatGPT to give us the best niche and stuff like that, but these ones work very well for the particular traffic method that we're going to be actually using. Now, these both came out pretty well, and to be honest, I didn't put much effort in at all to actually create these. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use one of these as a base to train ChatGPT so we can keep repeat creating these over and over again. We're not going to use the herbs one, even though this was my favorite actually, and this is probably going to be the easiest one for ChatGPT to create over and over again. But what we'll do is we'll use this dog one right here. So if you actually click a link in the description, I will give you these images that you can actually download so you can start and you can watch and you can do everything I do in this video. So this is what we're going to be doing for this method. The first thing we need to do is we need to upload this image to ChatGPT to use it as a base for everything, for the design, for the text, everything. All right, I've uploaded this image. Now, what we want ChatGPT to do is to now give us a list of dog training exercise or dog training stuff in the format of that card, if that makes sense. So I'll just try a prompt here. I don't know how we're going to go, but we'll give it a go. Analyze this card and give me more examples of the dog training snippets in the same format in the card. Give me a list of 20 and lay them out below in a text format. So we'll just see what that happens. I don't really know if that's going to work. We're doing this on the fly right now, but we'll just see what it's going to do. And so, okay, it did exactly what we wanted. So we wanted it to give us more examples of basically what's on the card. And the reason why is because we want to repeat this process over and over again, okay? So now what I'm going to say, all right, so what I'm going to say, I just messed one up. I'm going to start again. Give me a new card with 7 of the new commands that you just gave me and title it 7 top commands for dogs, and then do a card in a similar style that the card that I uploaded. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I want it in the same style. And in fact, I do want it to be a little bit different. So can you please do that and make it look nice and modern, very close to what I actually showed you. So now I'm going to get this ChatGPT to create another card. Now, the thing about all of this is that once we get a card that we like, which we already kind of do, we already pretty much have a card here that we like, so it doesn't really matter too much. But once we get one that we really like, we can keep just repurposing that over and over again. And then we could do that 4 or 5 times, and then we can ask ChatGPT to create a different type of card, and then we can repeat that over and over again a little bit more, and then we can ask ChatGPT to do a different card with different commands, because you obviously don't want to do the same one 100 times. That just wouldn't make sense, because you're going to have the same design 100 times. You want to change it like every 5 or 10 cards potentially. So I'm going to let this run and come back, and we'll see what we've got. It might take you a couple of turns to get the design you want. That doesn't matter. That's normal. But once you get the design you want, you can then start repeating that specific design. All right, guys. So I actually did a couple of versions here. So I did one that had a real dog. So I told it to make one with a real dog, just to give us a different type of text here, image. And then this is the other one that came out different from the original. So just play around and test things. And then once you have like a design you'd like, so you can go back to other designs as well, just repeat the process and say, hey, give me more commands, and then make another version of this, and over again. You'll see in a second with the traffic method, you're going to have to be making a lot of these anyway. So now let's actually jump into the traffic method. So now let's actually jump into how you can make money with this. So the first thing is we need to find something to link to this so we can make money. This is important. What you want to do is you want to go to a website called clickbank.com, or you could also use a website called digistore.com. You can use both of these websites if you like. So sign up to ClickBank and sign. All right, now once you're signed into ClickBank, you want to go to the affiliate marketing place. Now listen carefully. There's two ways you can do this. You can either go and create your own product to do this, okay? You can create a training book for dogs. You could use ChatGPT to do that, and you could set up a funnel and you could sell it, okay? But if you're a beginner, which you probably are, you want to just sell somebody else's product. It just makes sense logically to do that rather than spend heaps of time going ahead and making something, and it might not get as many sales as you'd like. So what we do is we go and promote other people's products first to see if we actually get sales. So we're going to go down to the gardening niche. I don't know why, but for some reason, we'll go back. Home and gardening, the one that we want in here. So we scroll down and then we go to brain training for dogs. This is what we can promote to make money online. So this is a program or a book or something that we can actually promote, and we're going to make a commission from this. Yeah, so it's a full training course for dogs, okay? But you think about this for a second. Do you have time or skills or knowledge to go and make a big page like this, create the product, go and create the checkout, create the emails in the back end, try to convert the people? You probably don't have time for all of that. So that's why the best way to start this is to promote a product where you get a commission. So what happens is when we promote this, we get an average of $45 per sale. It's much easier. Trust me, coming from me who's been doing online marketing for over 15 years, it takes a long time to create an offer that actually works. So it's best to promote one that already actually works. So once you have this, which we have, the next thing we need to actually go and do now is we need to go and get traffic. So how do we actually do that? Well, we want to go to Pinterest.com. And the reason why is if you actually go to Pinterest, you'll see, so this was the plant niche that we were in. People are posting these things. This is a bad example because it's the plants, but people are posting these types of tips that we just created with ChatGPT. So if we go and search and we put in dog training, which I already have here, you'll see that other people are actually doing the same. Here's one right here. And then we have some others down here. Now, most of these are going to actually link to something. So you could also do that. So you could potentially, we'll save that for another video, but you could potentially do something like 7 dog recall training tips. And then you could link to that training platform where people could buy. But there's one here, right here. There's another one there. There's another one there. There's another one there. There's another one there. There's another one there, right? There's all of these things that you can create, and you can literally take snapshots of these, go to ChatGPT and say, do me a version of this, okay? So what do we do now? Simple. We need to go and create tons of these. Just tell ChatGPT to keep recreating these over and over again. You need to go and then start an actual Pinterest account. So we'll take you to mine. I'm not going to start a new one for this, but we'll go to mine real quick. All right, so you need to go down to here and then create a pin. And then what we want to do is we want to go back to ChatGPT, and I want to say this. I'm going to upload this to Pinterest. Please give me an SEO optimized description and title for the dog training search term, and use keywords and optimize for Pinterest SEO. So what this is going to do now is it's going to give us everything we need. We can literally just plug it into here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually download this image real quick because we're going to be using this one. I'll tell that to do that. We'll go up here and we'll upload the image to here. So now the image is uploaded. We need to do our title and description, add our link. So it's given us a title. we can copy this title. We can put this into here. Every owner should teach. You can take out the step by step, but it doesn't really matter too much. The more, the better. And then we have our optimized description. Do you guys understand the power of this? Like we would use, if without ChatGPT, you'd probably do a little bit of editing here. Without ChatGPT, all these other things, we would never be able to actually create this stuff. It would take so long to actually properly SEO optimize hundreds of these things that we're going to have to post. So that's it. Now we have, so it could do suggested hashtags as well. We're not going to do that, but well, actually, yeah, we'll ask it to do some tag topics. Please give me some tag topics. And while it's doing that, we'll talk about the link. So the next step is you want to go to here. You want to go to promote, and you want to put in your name here, go to continue, and then put in your affiliate link. Do not link your affiliate link straight to Pinterest. It will not work. You want to use something like Linktree. This is called Linktree, or you want to create a custom page where you can actually send like what's called a bridge page, where you send people to that bridge page first. All right, guys, I did actually forget, you want to shorten the URL. The reason why is because if you don't shorten it, what's going to happen is sometimes, doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes if you put an affiliate link inside Linktree, it might not work. We're going to go to shorten URL here. And now we have our URL. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Look, there's my course, guys. Let's just click that as well. See what's going on here. God, it takes so long to load. My computer's terrible. So there's my training if you want to check it out. There's an ad. So let's go back to Pinterest here. And, sorry, not Pinterest, Linktree. And we want to post that into here. Turn that on. I'm going to turn it off because I don't want that on my thing. And then what we do is we go ahead and we copy the link, share, and you go copy link, and then you post that link into Pinterest right here. Okay? And then I publish. And that's it. We've now created that pin, and that's going to go on Pinterest. But the most important thing is we need to optimize. I don't know where that just went. Okay, there's the pin right there. The most important thing is optimizing it. And as you'll see, it's now showed up other pins that are optimized. So we're going to show up along other pins that are optimized as well. That's why it's important to actually optimize the image using ChatGPT. Now, how do you crank this out and make money with this? You want to go and find a Pinterest scheduler. This one here is pretty good. And what you want to do is you want to post as much as you can on Pinterest, okay? This is how people grow their Etsy stores with Pinterest. This is what this does. So they use this to drive traffic to their Etsy store. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using it to drive traffic to your ClickBank affiliate links. This is really the only way to do it at scale. Otherwise, you're not really going to make any money because you need to post quite a lot of this. I would say at least twice a day, even more, to go and pump this content out. Use ChatGPT to do it. It's very, very easy to do that now. I'll leave the images below that you can use as an to feed the robot and to get you what you need. I'll see you guys in the next video. Super easy. That's how you can do it. This is a side hustle. You're not really going to make a full-time income with this. It's more of a side hustle unless you put in a lot of work, and it could potentially turn into a full-time thing. Who knows? I'll see you guys in the next video.